Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. My dog's coughing. This is a playlist that was put together by Nonconformist Psyche. This is Mikeburnfire Animations, which I haven't done any Mikeburnfire videos in a while, and he put this together for me. So thank you, Nonconformist Psyche. It has been a while. But yeah, we're going to check out some of these animations. First one's Jmainia Animations. We're going to subscribe. We're going to like you. And I think you should do that to my channel as well. You don't have to, but I'd appreciate it. Go.
I turned 21, and I went out to a gun shop and bought my first handgun. I turned 21, I went out and bought a handgun. I bought a 1911,
Nice.
Brought it back to my barracks room, which I was not supposed to do. I went out and shot it, and I brought it back to my barracks room, and I was taking it apart and cleaning it, and somebody kicked open the door to my...
Yeah, technically, you're supposed... If you're in the military and you're in the barracks, you're supposed to check that in with the armory if you're staying in the barracks. Technically.
Barracks room, and they're like, "You're 21 today, let's go drink." And I'm just sitting in my room smoking a cigarette, holding a 1911, and they're like, "Oh, I'll come back later." The third concussion I got, we were doing
I'm going to guess a lot of these are Jmainia Animations. Okay, cool. Yep.
nighttime driving. They were like, "Hey, we're going to go off-roading."
Oh, and by the way, I forgot. Don't mind the sweat. I just got done working out, so I'm like,
this Humvee, and I went, "Hell yeah, that sounds awesome." So we all climbed into this Humvee and we started driving around in the middle of a big empty field. There were 5 of us, and there's only 4 seats in a Humvee.
I was about to say.
Yeah, so I sat down in the back of the Humvee with those seatbelt on.
Oh, you rode backseat, bitch.
Yes!
Nice.
Sat down in the back of the Humvee, no seatbelt on. We went over a big old bump, and I was wearing my helmet. Something that they don't tell you about military helmets is that military helmets are designed to resist bullets.
Yeah,
They're not motorcycle helmets. I hit my head on the ceiling of the Humvee, came back down and hit my tailbone on the floor of the Humvee.
Oh no, you got a butt concussion too?
And then went back up and hit my head on the ceiling again, and then came back down. And I remember spending the next 2 minutes trying to teach my body how to breathe again.
Oh no.
So I was just lying in the back of the Humvee going, and just laughing around back there. I think Hazard might be dead.
No, don't be stupid. He's not dead. Look, he's dying, sure, but...
And the guy driving the Humvee said, fuck it, I'm in the driver's seat.
When I pulled out my laptop for the first time in many years, I accidentally bumped the button that opens the disk drive.
Sure.
And my first reaction was...
Man, I miss disk drives on laptops. Remember that?
Holy shit, this thing has a functioning disk drive!
Yeah. That's crazy.
What's your second reaction? Oh my god, it's porn!
Yes. That was exactly it.
Who has physical porn anymore?
Oh my god, it's the porn from when I was in the Marine Corps.
Nice.
This is the hentai my fellow Marine was kept bugging me for.
Oh my god.
Hentai.
We were doing a brass and ammo shakedown at the end of a firing range, which I'm assuming you know what the brass and ammo shakedowns are, yes?
They want to make sure you don't have live rounds on you.
Yeah. And somebody, of course, in every single basic training cycle says, "No ass, no bramo, drill sergeant." And then everybody laughs at it.
No ass, no bramo.
No ass, no bramo. So the drill sergeant gets up to one of the guys, grabs onto his blouse pocket, right up on the chest. Mm-hmm. There was something in there. What is this, private? The fuck is this? The guy he did this to was this whole corn-fed country motherfucker. Always spoke in a super deep voice. What is this, private?
You know, we had a guy like that in boot camp, and we were getting IT'd, which is different from PT. It's when you get punished with intense training. That's what it's supposed to be. This guy was just like that, and he was getting beat. He was just doing push-up after push-up. And he's like, "Oh, I love this shit." It's like, dude, it's crazy. Crazy.
Private goes, "Oh, that's my nipple, drill sergeant." And the drill sergeant just goes, and just immediately starts laughing.
That's awesome.
Everybody is just fucking dying. The drill sergeant cannot keep it together. Everyone is just cracking up,
Grab
and
the
he's
guy's
just
nipple.
like,
What do you expect?
what is actually in your pocket? He's like, it's trash, drill sergeant. God damn it.
That's awesome.
Did I ever tell you about the about me sleeping through a mortar attack?
You were mortared quite a few times. I don't remember you sleeping through one.
I've slept through quite a few mortar attacks, whatever. I was in Iraq in 2007 to 2008. I was on a convoy security team, and we were in Al Taqaddum, and one of the mortar drills went off, and I just slept through it. It was like 20-minute drill, and I just slept through it. So I said, "Oh, kill me now."
We got mortared multiple times, and one of the things that our unit started doing was when we started getting mortared at nighttime, they got everybody to come out of their rooms into the hallway so they could get accountability of who all was there. Anyway, I got real tired of doing that. One, because I would just straight up sleep through mortar attacks, and two, I was like, "This is stupid. We're all gonna die. What if we're getting mortared and I'm asleep?" Why are you waking me up so that I can die awake? Let me die in my sleep, jackass. There was a period for about a good 2 months that we would get mortared anywhere from 2 to 4 times a day. Jesus. And then it would go like 2 days where we wouldn't get mortared, and chain of command would be like, okay, if we don't get mortared if we don't get mortared today, this is the 3rd day. If we don't get mortared today, you don't have to wear your flak vest and Kevlar every time you go outside. So it'll be okay. So we're just like sitting there like watching the clock, waiting for midnight to roll around. 11:51, mortars start dropping in. Just like, God, I don't want to wear this thing anymore. We're getting mortared every day, and I'm tired of having to get out of bed and go sit in the hallway. And we got these Kevlar blankets sitting at the motor pool. And I'm looking at these blankets, and the old wheels start a-turning. Oh, boy. So I grab like 2 of these Kevlar blankets and just drag them all the way back to my barracks room.
Okay.
I take one of the blankets, and I make a handle for it out of duct tape. And then the other blanket, I shove it in between the mattress and the bed frame.
Okay.
So we start getting mortared that night. I grab the handle, and I pull the Kevlar blanket up over myself, and thus cocooning me inside a giant Kevlar pod.
I remember a lot of these stories from the clips that I watched like a year ago. Dude, it's smart.
That seems terrifying.
Oh yeah, I also forgot that I put my helmet on. I put on my helmet and then pulled all this other stuff over me and just went right back to sleep. So they're coming down the hallway. Everyone get in the hallway, get in the hallway. They're just like pounding on the doors. Platoon sergeant's like, "Where's Hazard? Where's Hazard at?" And my squad leader goes like running down there, like pushes open my door and shines a flashlight in there and just sees this olive green Kevlar burrito with a helmet poking out of the top of it. And he goes, "Oh, Hazard's fine." And just closes the door.
Yeah, he's good. Don't worry about him.
Same field exercise towards the end of it.
By the way, that's a hell of a good last name for being in the military. Hazard.
Sitting by my truck. I'm reading a book and I start smelling like a campfire. A couple 100 meters away, I can see fire. It's inside this infantry company's camp. So I get up and I go over there. And there is a big old fire going.
Yeah.
And I am not even kidding. There's a wild boar on a spit.
What? They caught a wild boar?
How?
Yeah.
How?
How indeed?
How? There is a warrant officer who is standing there who is a CW3, I think. Warrant officers only go up to 5, and you never see a 5.
No.
He's a CW3. I mean, he's probably in his like 40s. He is completely filthy.
Yeah.
He's covered in scratches, and he has blood all over the front of his uniform.
Okay.
What in the actual fuck?
That's crazy. On a
happened
field
here?
exercise.
Come to find out what had happened here, this CW3 was going to be getting out of the military, and he had done it all.
Oh, yeah.
He had been an airborne, gone air assault, ranger, special forces. He'd done everything.
Sorry,
He had a laundry list of achievements.
Yeah, the rack on his Class 8 uniform is like bigger than your freaking head. They're out in the field one day, and this wild boar goes tearing ass through their camp. And this CW3 looks at the lieutenant that's standing next to him, just slaps his M4 into the lieutenant's hand and goes, "Hold this." Goes off into the woods.
He didn't shoot it. He grappled with it to the ground?
They didn't see him for 2 days.
What?
2 days, he was just gone. And then he comes back one day, dragging this wild boar behind him.
That's ridiculous.
Covered in blood. "Chief, where the fuck were you?" And he was like, "I saw that wild boar. I wanted to kill it." What? Crawled around on the ground, tracking down this wild boar, and eventually got close enough to it and just jumped on its back and slit its fucking throat.
Come on.
And he's standing right there, covered in dirt and blood. And he brought it back, and they're like, "Well, we don't know what the fuck to do with it." And he's like, "I'll start a fire, we'll cook it up and eat it." And they're like, "Chief, we can't do that." And he's like, "Who's going to tell me no?"
That's a good point.
He's about to get out of the military, and he's a CW3. Nobody's going to tell him no except for a general, and then the general's probably going to be like, that's fucking badass right there.
Dude.
He's like, shit, yeah, it is, brother. You get the hawk. Yeah.
That's awesome.
For some reason, the company I was in, for a while, we didn't have an actual first sergeant. We had an acting first sergeant, and this acting first sergeant was actually a master sergeant.
I feel like that's how it was for me, too. There was a role that was supposed to be occupied by a first sergeant. They just didn't.
By the way, I'm not too. I was in the Navy, but I was also in the Seabees, so I'm kind of familiar with like Marine ranks, but not really Army stuff. So, yeah.
Get around to putting one there, and it was occupied by a gunnery sergeant.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we had an interim first sergeant. I'm just going to name him First Sergeant Bob. He would insist that everyone referred to him as First Sergeant, even though he wasn't actually a first. He was an interim. That was his role.
Sorry.
He's not actually the first sergeant. He's just the first sergeant. You know what I'm saying?
He was acting first sergeant, and he took it kind of far. So we have this formation, and one of the soldiers passed out because it's very hot. First Sergeant Bob goes over to him and starts yelling at him for passing out. Basically goes over and starts chewing this dude out.
How dare you be unconscious?
How dare you pass out? Well, once the guy woke up. Goes over and starts chewing the dude out. And the guy says, Roger, Master Sergeant. And he flips shit and says, I am a fucking first sergeant. You refer to me as a first sergeant, blah, blah. And starts going off on it. And the guy's like, doesn't have first sergeant rank on. Why on earth would I refer? He's yelling at this soldier, and everyone in our company, because this soldier is not in our company. He was in like the formation next to ours.
Okay.
So he's yelling at some soldier that, one, isn't even in his chain of command. And two, insisting that he is a rank, which he is not.
Right.
As he's yelling at them, the sergeant major of the infantry battalion comes over and grabs him and is like, you are not a fucking first sergeant.
Nice.
You are not a fucking first.
That is the funniest stuff ever. When like someone who's ranking over, like I've had like when I was a petty officer third class, which is an E4. I used to have this E5. He used to give me shit all the time and like constantly wanted to get me NJP'd. And this petty officer first class used to always chew him out for chewing me out. It was really funny. I love Petty Officer Trisby. I love you, man. He's not dead, but I'm just saying I love you, dude.
Sergeant, you are in the position of one. That does not fucking make you a first sergeant. Yeah. If I'm in the position of a warrant officer, that doesn't fucking make me a warrant officer. Don't you fucking tell him to call you what fucking rank you're not. I will get you for impersonation of a non-commissioned officer.
Damn. You gotta love it when a sergeant major like that takes command.
Made him stand at parade rest.
Made the first sergeant stand.
Made the first sergeant stand, because the first sergeant.
The acting first sergeant.
The acting first sergeant. Because the moment he came over and started yelling at him, he's like, yeah, but I, and he goes, you shut the fuck up and stand at parade rest. Just fucking rips into him.
Nice. I think there might be more, but my throat is killing me right now. I just got done at the gym, and I'm spent. But yeah, good job, Jmainia Animations. I got to check out some more of that stuff. And I'm sweating my dick off, and I'm like, I just got back to the gym, and I'm like, Anyway, thanks for recommending that. Nonconformist Psyche. By the way, if you've got any playlists or anything you want me to check out, go ahead and send them my way, either in the comments, or you can send them my email as sinistercharlie@gmail.com. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. It really helps me out, and it makes me feel good inside. Not such a piece of garbage. Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.